So I'm starting something pretty new and pretty fun. When you get in here, just go ahead and say hi. Make sure that you let me know what is coming up for you. Today I am starting to do lives on More Than Enough. I'm doing 30 days of where I come on here and I tap with you doing EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. If you've never heard of it, I'm going to go through a bunch of series of points and we're going to talk about processing our emotions. And this week's month is going to be focusing on, or this week's month, this current process, I'm going to be focusing on you're more than enough in every facet of your life, and we'll be tapping onto it. Those who are unfamiliar with EFT, you would know that it is a form of acupressure, meaning we hit and we tap on certain points that are known acupuncture points, or they technically use needles when you're talking about acupuncture, but in this case, we're just going to be tapping them, and we're going to go through the negative flow of things and move towards the positive. So right now, before you start any sort of EFT experience, you want to start with the negative and move towards the positive. The reason for this is that it processes the negative, allows you time to move through the negative, feel the emotions physically, and move through to a positive feeling, rewiring your brain and your mindset in the middle of that. So in this case, we're going to be starting to do the idea of I am not enough as a mom. I don't feel enough as a mom. And so my son's at daycare right now. I'm working really hard, but I'm not able to go get him at the moment. I don't feel like a great mom, so I'm going to rate my score. I'm going to say 10 would be an amazing mother. 10 out of 10, I feel like I'm plenty for my child, and right now I probably feel like a 4. We'll put that as a idea. And so we're going to start out, and you start out on the karate chop point. And so I'm going to say, even though I don't feel enough as a mom, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I don't feel like I am enough as a mother, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I don't feel like I'm enough as a mom, I deeply love and accept myself. Then we move through the points, and we're going to take my glasses off for this, but we're going to move to the other points. So first one is the eyebrow point. I really don't feel like I'm doing well as a mother right now. I'm not enough for my child. I don't feel like I show up enough for him. I don't feel like he is getting what he needs from me. There's never enough time. I can't show up like I want to. I don't have enough money to support him the way I want to. I don't have enough energy to support him the way I want to. I spend way too much time on social media. I don't spend enough time actively looking and taking care of him. I feel completely lost and as if I'm not enough for my child. I will never be enough for him. He needs more than I can give him. I am not enough for my child. It's really difficult to be feeling like I'm not enough for my child. I feel inadequate as a mother. I feel like I cannot do this anymore. And as I'm doing this, I'm going through these points. I'm feeling less and less of a pool that they are. I don't believe the points as much. I don't believe the things I'm saying as much. And so as I'm working through them, you subtly can shift from going from a negative perspective of how those interactions affect you. And then we're going to switch that to a more positive mindset, but not more than what I feel like. So if I'm going from a 4 of I'm not enough, I'm not going to go to I'm an amazing mother. We're going to actually shift the thoughts that I just said. So next we're going to go to, but I am a good mom to him this morning. I laughed with him this morning. He giggled along with me. He had a tantrum this morning and I managed it really, really well. I'm okay with this feeling that I'm not enough because it may in part be true. I may never be enough for my child. And he will have lessons he will have to learn. And it might not be my responsibility to solve those lessons. I'm the perfect mom for Orion right now. I'm the perfect mom for my son right now. I'm not perfect, but I'm willing to work on myself, which makes me good enough for my child. I'm willing to show up for him I'm willing to pay attention to him when he needs my attention. I found the right providers for him at his daycare. He is well looked after right now. I'm working to provide for him in more and more clever ways. I'm actively working on being there for him. I am ready to feel like I'm good at being a mom. I'm okay with feeling like I'm not enough. The drive of feeling like I'm not enough shows that I care. I care if I'm a bad mother. I show up here in this live to make sure that I know that I'm a good mom. To try to rewire this concept that I'm not good enough to be a good mom. That being a good mom has to be hard. That I should feel challenged. Or that I should feel it's easy. That motherhood could be something I could just figure out. And sometimes that's not true. Sometimes it takes work. Sometimes it takes resources. Sometimes I have to ask for help. I'm okay with asking for help so that I feel like I'm enough for my son. Asking for help does not mean that I'm not enough for my son. Using resources available to me does not mean that I am not enough for my son. I'm doing everything I know how to do and some, and I love myself because of it. I am working on myself and being a good mom, and that's all it takes to be a good mom. I'm showing up. I'm learning. I'm growing. And I'm deciding that I get to be a good mom. I'm deciding that it is good enough for me to be just good enough for my son. I don't have to be extraordinary to be a good mom. I don't have to do too much to be a good mom. Laughing with my son is enough. Being present with him is enough. I know it only takes 10 minutes of direct interaction with my son to make a positive psychological benefit for him. I know that what is not enough to me in my mind is just a belief. It's a thought process that I have believed, ingrained in society, and it's not a game I can actually win. So today I'm choosing I am enough for where my son is right now and for who I am right now. I'm choosing that I'm enough for my son. I'm choosing that I am enough right now for my son. I'm choosing to be present with my son. I'm choosing to be present right now for me to be present with my son. I am enough for my son. I am enough for me as a mom. I get to define what enough is for my family. And today, I decide that I am enough. And you just go until you feel like you've had that calm moment of peace where you've shifted. And if I were to check back into where I'm at, I definitely don't feel as inadequate as a mother. I feel better. I feel more in control of who I am and what I'm doing. I probably would move it towards an 8 because there's always some sort of doubt in my mind. But as soon as I get above an 8, or if I'm doing it, my high is 10, say I do it for anxiety and I want anxiety to be a 0, I sometimes will tap and I'll just keep doing the cycle again and start over with negatives, always starting off with this karate chop point and saying what I feel and that I love and accept myself 3 times. And then I go through all the points with the positives and go through all the points with the negatives. And it's super helpful for you to do this regularly. I'm going to be doing this every day for the next 30 days. So we'll have a different topic tomorrow, really based on the idea of enough and that we are all way more than enough. If you want to learn more, go ahead and send me a message. You also can send a DM with the word quiz, and you can get a quiz for what kind of motherhood you are struggling, what part of motherhood you're struggling with, and direct actions you can take towards helping you with that. I really hope that you join me next time. Little Explorers, thank you for joining me. And go ahead and share this with your friends. I'm going to be on tomorrow at 8 a.m. and bright and early. And I'm really hopeful that you'll get to join me too. Have a wonderful day and bye-bye.